Hey everyone, welcome back. All right, here is your Dr. Fauci-inspired gain of function exercise for the week. This week we're spending a little bit of time with the shoulder. I love that phrase. I love gain of function. I got to give credit where credit's due. We're taking a little bit more of an aggressive way to loosen up the shoulder today. Many times shoulder stretches just don't get that tight shoulder to unlock, and trying to use a foam roll on the front of the shoulder, it can just be awkward and annoying. So to get the benefits of the foam roll without trying to lay face down on the foam roll, here we're just creating a slight modification, which is, it just in a sense flips the script. So here is your anterior shoulder mash. Anterior just means the front of the shoulder. And so you'll begin by laying down on your back with your shoulder and elbow out to your side at 90-degree angles. So 90 degrees at the shoulder, 90 degrees at the elbow. I typically start people off with about 20 to 25 pounds in terms of dumbbell weight, but some of you may need more than that. Sometimes I'll go as high as 45 pounds. And you'll want to work to maintain shoulder and elbow position throughout the exercise. You'll notice every once in a while, I kind of walk that elbow back up so that the shoulder is at 90 degrees. That arm kind of tends to creep down the more that you do this exercise. So place the dumbbell on the front of the shoulder, being careful to not be too close to the chest or too far out onto the bicep. Look for what I like to call a hot spot. This is significant discomfort that is deep and achy, but it's not sharp. If it's sharp, move the weight either up or down or even a little bit inside or outside on that arm. We don't want that sharp, stabby feeling. It shouldn't be a sharp pain. So once the weight is in position, now we just begin to rotate the shoulder. Internal rotation, external rotation, just back and forth, reaching with your hand toward the floor in both directions. When reaching forward into shoulder internal rotation, you'll notice a tendency for your shoulder to pop up toward the ceiling. Once that happens, once you feel that shoulder begin to pop up toward the ceiling and press even more firmly into the weight, that's where you should stop and begin going back the other way. So perform about 20 repetitions on both sides. Again, that deep ache is fine, but stay away from that sharp and intense pain. Okay, so what's the regional movement health connection here? So if the shoulder's tight, that is, if you don't have the minimum required mobility for a healthy shoulder, it's going to affect everything around it. You're going to end up with a tight and stiff neck, could possibly even end up with headaches. It's going to tighten up the spine of your upper back and your ribcage as well. This is going to lead to difficulty with spinal movement, particularly with spinal extension and rotation, and will even lead to dysfunctional breathing patterns, which may make it even harder to move the upper body. Difficulty swinging a golf club, rock climbing, throwing, even expressing upper body movement in dance and ballet. All of these are going to be affected simply because of a tight shoulder. It's going to affect the entire region. So what you can see here is if the shoulder begins to tighten up, you're going to experience regional loss of function. The dysfunction is not going to stay at the shoulder. It's going to affect other areas as well. Keep in mind also, this is a mobility exercise. This is not a long-term solution for significant shoulder dysfunction. It's okay to use daily as part of a warm-up, but you're not going to fix regional dysfunctional patterns with this exercise. If you'd like to learn more about better movement and how your shoulder motion is affected by the head, the neck, the spine, and even the ribcage, then your first step is to make sure you have an accurate diagnosis and a clear picture of how the entire region works together so that you can begin to experience gain of function as well. So click the schedule button. Let's make sure you're not wasting your time practicing exercises that may not help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.